All right, here's our video for O Come Little Children. As you work on this, it's very important that you begin to do the page of scales and tonalization, which is after it. And you will notice that a lot of the same finger patterns are happening that happen in the piece from the tonalization. So the first thing that we need to do before we learn this piece is deal with something that happens beginning in measure 9. We always want to keep fingers down that we're coming back to, but we also want to make sure fingers don't stay down and get in the way, and in a way that they're not prepared when we need them on another string for another note. So beginning in measure 9, our exercise is to put 1 on the A string, put the bow down, and we'll do tucka, tucka, tucka. We're going to set 3 on the A string and lift 1 and then play. Set 2 on the A string, lift 3 and play. Set 1 on the E string, lift 2, move the bow. And we're making sure, of course, that the hand is relaxed and in a very nice position. We're making sure that the bow is always giving the fingers plenty of time to do everything that they need to do as far as picking up and setting down. Now, one more exercise, which is the highest note in the piece, which is very similar. We're going to set up your hand like you're holding a ball, roof over the fingerboards, completely relaxed fingers. And we'll start with open E, tucka, tucka, tucka. And now we'll drop 3, only 3, and the other fingers are still loose and relaxed and not changing. And we're going to listen for ring on this 3 on the E string, which is the note A. So again. You want to see how many times you can do that, getting complete ring and maintaining the shape of the hand. So those 2 exercises now prepare you for O Come Little Children. And O Come Little Children starts in the middle of the bow. This is the first piece that we do that begins up bow. And so that bowing pattern is very important. The bowing pattern never changes. So we start in the middle, we go up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And then the next bow direction is up again. And every time we come to that point where we have the up that ends and then the second up, we want to make sure we're in the middle of the bow, because if you're lower, it's very hard. Then you don't have enough bow to do that second up bow. So we're going to begin this with very short bows, making sure that you prepare the finger for the left hand first, then prepare any string crossing that there might be, and then play. So it's always finger, bow, and then go. That's our saying for this. So I'm going to start in the middle of the bow, very little bow for right now, on the E string. And we're going to make sure we start up bow first. 2 on A string, only 2. We reach over to the A string. Back to E. Set 2, reach over. 3 on A string. 1. And that's the end of the first phrase, and we should be right at that middle tape. The same thing now, the next phrase is exactly the same. Now we get to the part where that corresponds to the exercise that we just did. So we're going to do 2, 1, 1, 1. Now 3 is going to set, 1 is going to lift. And then we play. 2 is going to set, 3 is going to lift. Set 1 on E, lift 2, move the bow over. And we're still stopping in the middle of the bow. Up again. Stop and carefully set this 3 by itself. Okay, so you notice how anytime I needed to stop to set a finger, the bow just gives us as much time as we need. That's very important, that the bow is never rushing your left hand. I'm going to play through the whole thing one more time without talking, except to point out every place that we have another up bow. Up. 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 And notice I was calling out the bowing, but I was also marking that rest that's there. And that's also very important, that you feel the rest and have that amount of time. So you can remind yourself in that rest that the next bow direction is up and really feel that beat. All right, so happy practicing and good luck.